What is up there, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, guys, we're going to be installing coilovers on my 06 Acura RSX Type S, guys. Now, I've been waiting to install coilovers on my car for a fat minute now. So, yeah, the coilovers that currently I'm running right now is a Buddy Club Racing coilovers. But last year, when I tried to adjust the ride height for the first time, all the struts were rusted and everything. The previous owner did not put any NECs or anything at all. So struts were rusted, and when I tried to adjust them with the spanner wrench, actually I bent the spanner wrench. So I'm like, well, you know what, I'm just gonna go with a full new set. And before even I adjusted it, I was already looking for a different set of coilovers. So I've been doing coilover research for almost 2 years, guys, and it's just been a massive headache. And you guys are probably really wondering what coilover brand I went with. But before I announce the name, guys, this person that runs the coilover company, it's all by himself, customer service. He builds the coilover all by himself. He's the only person that runs the company. So I really wanted to support him. And even the best part, guys, is that people that have bought these coilovers are already winning ton of like autocrossing events or, you know, time attack events with these coilovers. So that's why I went with it. It already has great reviews, and I highly recommend you guys getting these, guys. The coilovers I got are S3 suspensions. They are located in California, but I highly recommend getting these, guys. Damn, look how beautiful these things are. And you can customize these. So the options that they got are regular street use or street and track use only. So the setup that I went with is track use only, guys. So yeah, it comes with a Swift 120 spring on it, as you guys can see. Man, this thing is beautiful. But yeah, as you guys know, if you guys been following my channel for a while, guys, this car I really want to turn into like a time attack car. So that's why I went with full-on track use only coilovers, and I already have daily over there. So you know, I really want to focus building a track car with this. So yeah, anyways, guys, enough of me talking. Let's install these coilovers. I almost forgot to tell you guys the specs on these coilovers. So yeah, it's 32 ways adjustable dampening, so 16 each ways. On the top, it comes with a camber plate on the top, so you can adjust the camber, because the camber bolts on these guys for these cars, you can only adjust up to negative 1.75. that's max with the aftermarket camber bolts. So I really wanted to get the aftermarket, I really wanted to get with the camber plate on for the coilovers. So if you're looking to get a coilovers, highly recommend getting these two. And yeah, the spring rate that I went with is 10 in the front, 12 in the rear. Lots of people go all the way up to 16, but this is just my first setup, so I'm just gonna go with the 12 for the rear. And then if I want to change the setup in the future, guys, up to 16, then I'm just gonna switch it up to 16. So that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, 10 in the front, 12 in the rear. So yeah, just a heads up what I got. So yeah. Alright, guys, first step, I want to remove the ABS line and the brake line. The ABS line is going to be a 10mm bolt, and then the brake line will be 12mm bolt. So let's remove those two real quick. Just like that, brake line, ABS line. So that's all off, so I don't have to worry about those two dangling. Alright, after that, guys, I'm going to remove the cotter pin on the tie rod end. So let's do that real quick. Just like that, out. Always replace the cotter pin with the new ones. Alright, now after that, I'm going to loosen up the tie rod and bolts using a 19mm socket. It's going to be a little bit tough, but there you go. Just like that, 19 mils out. And I don't think it will come out. I'm gonna try to separate the tow arm, but then it will not want to come out. So what I'm gonna use is this 16-inch tow separator. So I'm just gonna shove this in right between, just like that. I'm gonna hammer it down with a hammer, with my special Thor hammer. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, Thor 2.0. The OG broke on me, so whatever happens, just keep tapping it like this. after you get the pry on it. God damn, that's on there. Alright, so this shit doesn't want to come off, so what I'm going to use is a ball joint separator. And you can always get this at Harbor Freight. It's way better than using the fork. So hopefully it doesn't snap the stud or anything, because that would suck. So yeah. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Did it pop? It did pop out. Hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Sheesh. Oh my god, that definitely did the job. That shit was on there. But yeah, anyways guys, highly recommend getting these ball joint separators from Harbor Freight. So yeah. Luckily it did not snap the bolt. I know the the ball joints are all snapped, cracked up, but I have the PCI ones. So stay tuned on that, guys. I'm gonna be installing, not on this same video, but on my next video, guys, I promise you guys I'm gonna be installing the PCIs, torms, and the sliding rack. So stay tuned. Alright, sorry it's kind of dark here, guys, but next step, I'm gonna be removing these two bolts right here. So the top bolt is the camber bolt, and then the bottom one is just a regular bolt. So first I'm gonna remove the bottom bolt. The front side for the driver's side is going to be 19mm, and then the back side is going to be a 22mm. So I have it hold up with the extension in the bottom so it doesn't move around, and I'm just going to loosen it from that side. Sorry guys, I know it's really kind of hard to film, but yeah. Alright, you know what, that bolt is on there. I'm tired, so I'm just going to use an impact. Is it in there? Come on. There you go. So the bottom bolt is pretty much out. Just like that. Bottom bolt is out. So if you guys don't know, I have an aftermarket camber bolt, so I could have more camber in the front, but the max for the camber bolt, guys, is negative 1.75. And then the camber bolt that I went with, if you guys are wondering, is SPC suspensions, or I think SPC, yeah, something like that it was. Yeah, I'll leave their link in the description below, but it's been great with them. So yeah, but anyways guys, the left side I'm gonna hold it again with my breaker bar and using a 19mm socket. So 19 on this side, and this side is gonna be 21. So I might just well just loosen it with the impact with using a 21. So let's just do that and see what happens actually. There you go, easy peasy. And for the top three bolts, I'm going to use a 14mm bolt to remove these. No, you're not going down there, Jesus. It could have been a bad day. And just like that, guys, it should come out. Yes, sir. Such a weird angle. Sheesh. The old one is out. Now let's install the new one. Alright guys, now time to install the new coilover, the S3 suspension, the RSX, so let's do that. Alright guys, so I'm gonna snugly tight it with the impact. You don't want to tighten it too much because I think torque spec is like 25 foot-pounds, something like that. Alright guys, so now just pretty much putting everything back together, and yeah, I'm just gonna use a jack to pretty much hold this one in place because this is gonna be a rough one. Alright, so I got the bottom bolt in. Our next step, hopefully these camber bolts will just slide right in. Alright guys, so I got the bolts in. So the easiest way I found to do this is install the camber bolt in first before you install the bottom bolt in. So do that. Camber bolt first, after that then you can install the bottom bolt easier. So that's why I was struggling. So yeah, but yeah, it's pretty much almost done. Just need to put the nut back on the toe, and tighten it and call it a victory. And also guys, don't forget to put the bolts back in for the lines. So 12mm bolts for the brake line and 10mm bolt for the ABS line. Alright guys, I'm in the back seat right now. Well, there's no back seat because I gutted it. So yeah, next step I want to do to make the job easier, I'm gonna take these plates out on both sides. So it's gonna be 14, 14, 14, 14mm socket and 10mm socket in the bottom. So yeah, if you guys do have the panel still or carpeting, you guys gonna have to take that out. Just saying. So yeah. Alright guys, now taking off the rear coilover guys, I'm gonna loosen up these two bolts. So I'm gonna loosen up this bolt first, and after I loosen that up, I'm gonna loosen up the top mount, the rear top mount bolt, those two, and then the bottom one is already loosened it, but I didn't take it out all the way. So yeah, next step. So yeah, try to take the camber bolt out. So let's do that. I'm just gonna use the impact to loosen it. That was easy. By the way, this I identify as hammer now, not a wrench. Sorry guys. Just being lazy now at this point. So that bottom nut is already loose. So the next step I want to do is just loosen these two bolts up. So yeah, it should be pretty easy. I mean, it should. And then I have the jack underneath, as you guys saw. So after I loosen that bolt out, those two top bolts off, then I could just easily lower it with a jack. So. Alright guys, so using a 14mm socket, I'm going to take these two out. God damn, that's loud. Fuck it. So one. And two. So those two are out. Use a pry bar to pry it. And just like that, it is out. Jesus. Let's install the rears. Alright guys, so I actually took the rear coilovers out again, because I'm actually adjusting the ride height right now for the car. So the front is all dialed in. So yeah, it was really low on the front, so as the rears. So I had to take the pretty much like the camber bolts, the toe arm bolts and all that in the bottom part. So I pretty much, you know, twisted the bottom part to raise the car up, which I see a lot of people making a huge mistake on these cars. I mean, or any cars I should say in general. When you adjust the ride height and stuff, you never touch this part. Unless if the spring is bouncing around up and down like that, then tighten it very snug. You don't want to adjust your ride height right here. You want to adjust your ride height right here, this bottom part. Okay, this is where you adjust it. Okay, once you twist it up or down, you know, if you want to make it lower, then go up. You know, if you want to make it higher, then go down. But yeah, it's just simple as that. You don't want to touch this unless if this part is, like I said, bouncing around. So you want to just tighten it snug and call it good. So yeah, but usually if you get like a good coilover like this, they usually come already adjusted. But since I'm running wider wheels and tire setup, I have to raise my car up a little bit. So yeah, between here is about 2 3/4, I want to say. 3 1/4. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, I'm not good with inches. I grew up with metrics from Japan. So yeah, I'm still learning about foot and inches. So I should have said 2 3/4. My bad guys. Anyways guys, something cool that I found about these coilovers guys, there's like a max ride height line right here. So if you go past this, you're not really supposed to, you know, leave it that way. So my coilovers was sitting way too low, so I loosened it right here, so I'm gonna bring it up to all the way to right here. But I just wanted to show you guys in reference, if you guys didn't know, if any other coilover manufacturer did that. But for the other side, guys, I already did it. Lined it up to all the way to right here. I raised the car up about half an inch, I want to say. So I'm gonna bring this part up to all the way to here. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So yeah, but I just wanted to show you guys pretty cool stuff. So yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wrap up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the coilover installation video. I hope this video was really helpful. I highly recommend getting the S3 suspension, guys. It feels great. It feels phenomenal. I know I'm not supposed to drive my car on the road, but I did because I was so curious how it felt like. So I just need to adjust the dampening and all that. It's still kind of feel a little loose, but if I tighten the dampening up, I think it will be perfect with the setup that I want right now. So yeah, I adjusted ride height. I adjusted like 3 different times, so pretty much, you know, dropping the car down on the floor and raising back up, and then just trying to get the perfect ride height for it. And then I finally dialed it in, and then I also got my alignment done. And the front camber is running -3, and then rear is running -2.4, 2.5, around there. Now the reason why I'm running -2.4, 2.5 on the rear, guys, is that I know you guys are probably telling me, oh, that's a lot of camber for the rear. Yes, I know. The reason why I'm running is that the wheel setup that I got is 17:9 offset 22, and then it's kind of poking out quite a bit, so I'm looking at getting a 17:9 offset 38 or 35, somewhere around there. So yeah, a lot of people back in Japan run staggers on these cars. So pretty much, you know, front will be 17:9 offset 22, and rear will be 17:9 offset 38, 35, somewhere around there. So yeah, they run different staggers back there, but I might do that with this car. We'll see. I'm not too sure yet. I gonna study a little bit more what people back home are running and stuff, and yeah, let you guys know. I might change the wheel setup for the track. So yeah, and use these TEs as my street setup or winter setup. We'll see. So yeah. But anyways, guys, I highly recommend getting the S3 suspension, guys. It is phenomenal. I am not sponsored by them, so I highly recommend getting it. And yeah, it feels phenomenal, like I said. And I will be making another review video on how it drives on these S3 suspension coilovers, so stay tuned on that. But yeah, other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Other than that, guys, peace out and stay thirsty, my friends.